Uh, we will begin today's session. As if you all remember, we were discussing about the shloka from Padma Puran, which has been quoted by Srila Prabhupada. It's been quoted by Rupa Goswami, and Prabhupada also quotes it in his NOD, the very famous verse. He quotes that, he says over there, Smartavya Satatam Vishnu, Vismratavyo na Jatuchit, Sarva Vidhi Nishedhasyor, Etayor Eva Kinkaraha. So over there, he is very clearly saying that always remember Krishna, Smartavya Satatam, uh, uh, Satatam Vishnu, whom do we remember always? Vishnu. Vismratavya na jatuchit, and his vismaran should never happen. Sarva vidhe nishedha, no, Sarva vidhi nishedha. Oh, this is the, this particular thing, this particular rule actually is the rule also and nishedha also. You know, uh, is a rule and a prohibition. You know, for means scripture injunctions, like what is rule and what is nishedha, and like somebody can say rule in scriptural injunctions is that one should do, sandhya upasite, one must worship the daily at sandhyas, three sandhyas, those who are brahmanically initiated. This is a rule. And nishedha may be that, brahmano na hantavyah, one should not kill a brahmana, you know. But all these injunctions, vidhi and nishedha, both are dependent, is a kinkara of these two rules and prohibition. Smartavya satam Vishnu, vismratavya na jatuchit. You know? Like, so over there, Prabhupada actually, no, over here has been said to us that in no situation, one should compromise with these two factors. That, satatam, satatam remembering Krishna, vismratavya na jatuchit. Like I am giving, even brahmano na hantavya. One should not kill a brahmana. That is truth. That is a nishedha. Nishedha, prohibited activity in rules and scriptures. But Lord Ram killed Ravan, who was a brahmana. Right. So why he did so? It's very simple. Because he was going against, against the principle of, this particular, rule that always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. So he was killed. That Lord Ram killed a Brahmana also, Ravan. And later on, it is the, Ramcharitmanas and the other scriptures do say that Lakshmanji was said that you go and ask from Ravan what to be learnt, and all those things are there. That's a different thing. But he killed because, you know because the main rule, the main focus is this, that we should always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. Yeah. So this is, and that is how we'll begin from here now, Prabhupada. So one thing which is very good, which has been explained also, this satatam, word has been used in this particular shloka. As we were talking about smartavya satatam Vishnu. Now surely, because we are talking about Vaidhi Bhakti, Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, so surely there is, it is not natural for us to remember Krishna right now. So to say satatam means every moment, actually that will be a too much on a, that may be that may breach the definition of Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, right? Na? So, no, it is said the satatam means every day, not every second. Like we have that shloka in Bhagavad Gita, satatam kirtayanto mam, ye jana pariupasate. So that is satatam. Prabhupada said every moment. But somehow over here, our Acharyas has said that one should every day. That is how the sadhana, Vaidhi sadhana bhakti is. So, but it doesn't mean that a devotee should not try to, try to increase his remembrance. if he doesn't tries to increase his remembrance from every day to slowly to every moment, you know, he will not, move forward also from Vaidhi sadhana to Raga Nuga sadhana to Ragatmika Bhava Bhakti to Prema Bhakti. He will not be. So no, so this is also very important that all such prohibitions, and all such rules are the subservient kinkaraha of these two rules. Satatam smartavya satatam Vishnu vismratavya na jatuchit. That's the rule. So this has been spoken. This satatam means every day over here, not every second. So saying after that, I'll show you some where you have to read from Prabhupada's NOD, and then we will move ahead. Yeah. So over here we have read till over here, this particular shloka itself, uh, last time, if you remember. And we had talked about Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti also a lot. Yes, that time Shastra Eva, Shashan Eva, Shastra Sashan Eva, that is Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. Now Prabhupada over here starts talking about, this particular shloka. He's explaining this is applicable for every Varna and ashram. So please read what is the highlighted portions. One of you.
Mayapur Vihari Prabhu.
The regulative principle is applicable to all varnas and ashrams, the caste and occupations of life. There are the regulative principles are not only for the brahmacharis, celibate students to follow, but are applicable for all. It does not matter whatever one is a beginner, a brahmachari, or is a very advanced sannyasi. The principles of remembering the Supreme Personality of Godhead constantly and not correcting him at any moment is meant to be followed by everyone without fail.
Yeah. So over here, so this is applicable for all varnas, all ashramas, the beginner to advanced stage. That surely a beginner will have a stumbling block, in remembering Krishna constantly, but he should be. That's why he said, it is every day, but a beginner should also be trying to remember Krishna constantly. Yeah. So and that's what has been said. This is not for a only particular person. So, and if Prabhupada says, read this, if I have not highlighted, but if this injunction is followed,
If this injunction is followed, then all other rules and regulations will automatically fall into line. All other rules and regulations should be treated as assistants or servants to this one basic principle. The
yeah.
injunctions or rules and regulations and the resultant reactions are mentioned in the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yeah, so I'll show that 11 canto verse where it's been said that how uh, actually how all the Varna and ashramas are actually the different parts of the bodies of Krishna, and they're supposed to serve Krishna. Sri Shamasa Vacha Mukhabhar Mukhabahurupadebhya Purushasya Purushasya Ashramay Saha Chatavaro Jigare Varna Guner Vipra Adaya Prithak. Read one translation too.
Each of the four social orders headed by the Brahmanas was born through different combinations of the mode of nature, from the face, arms, thighs, and feet of the Supreme Lord in his universal form. Thus, the four spiritual orders were also generated.
So from the feet of the Lord, what came? Who came? Anybody knows?
Kusudras.
Shudras, yes. From the thighs?
Kshatriyas.
Vaishyas.
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 Sorry, Vaishyas. Sorry, Vaishyas.
Arms?
Kshatriyas.
Kshatriyas.
And the face means the head is Brahmanas.
Brahmanas.
So all these people, no, this is no, this is Varna. And thus the four spiritual orders were also generated. You know. So all these four ashramas and varnas has to, has to follow. And this particular, he says ahead then, you see over here. That's where upper is Ya esham purusham sakshat atma prabhavam ishwaram na bhajanti avajananti sthanat bhrashta patanti adaha. So he says over here, read one of, yeah, read you. Continue reading.
Any member of the four Varnas and four Ashramas who fail to worship the personality of Godhead, the source of their own creation, or who intentionally disrespect him, will fall down for their position into a hellish state of life.
So here has been said that Prabhupada is quoting that also, this shloka also, that because this is a prohibition and this is the pitfall of not following this verse of smartavya satatam Vishnu vismritavya na chatuchit. If any varna and ashram does that, what is the danger over here is that he may fall down from their position into a hellish state of life. So, sthanat bhrashta patanti adaha, you know, and they may not worship, na bhajanti avajananti. They, two things are spoken, that they should not be disrespectful to the Lord, and they should not be such a person who is not worshipping the Lord. Right now, surely one can't be disrespectful if he is worshipping, but one should not, okay, if he's not worshipping also, but if he's becomes disrespectful is much bad. For sure, what happens? Sthana, dhrashta, patanti, other hand. That's what we are seeing in today's world. Today's world is varnashram is there in one way. Prabhupada says that you can't eliminate that thing only. In college also, your company also, you will see there are peons, or security guard. They can be compared to the shudras. There are, people in the people in the finance department, and proper says the vaishyas. There are people in the administrative class, the kshatriyas, and there are people in the, head or head, people who are heading, giving vision, the brahmana. So it is this state, this level, the division in the society is always there, whether we accept it or not. But everybody, if they don't follow this particular rule of remembering Krishna and never forgetting Krishna, they all become bhrashta. They all become fallen. Fallen means what? You see, all these people will start cheating. All these people will have a chaotic life. That is very natural, because they won't be able to follow even their the conditional the duties of their varna and ashrams. If they don't follow this rule of always remembering Krishna and never forgetting Krishna. So this is this has been caution which has been given over here, which Prabhupada also mentions it in his NOD. And we'll now read NOD, Prabhupada. Yeah. So this particular verse, this particular paragraph is about this. So then Prabhupada actually goes down. Now from here we read, Prabhupada. Yeah. From here, for example, one of you can read, for example.
You continue, Purvi. Purvi.
For example, a Brahmana who is born out of the head of the Lord has as his business to preach the transcendental Vedic sound or Sabda Brahma. Because the Brahmana is the head, he has to preach the transcendental sound, and he also has to eat on behalf of the Supreme Lord. According to Vedic injunctions, when a Brahmana eats, it should be understood that the personality of God is eating through him. It is not, however, that the Brahmana should simply eat on behalf of the Lord and not preach the message of the Bhagavad Gita to the world. Actually, one who preaches the message of the law of the Gita is very dear to Krishna, as confirmed in the Gita itself. Such a preacher is actually a Brahmana, and thus by feeding him, one feeds Supreme Lord directly.
So this is about proper saying about Brahmanas. Brahmanas should preach the message and eat on behalf of the Supreme Lord. Eat on behalf of Supreme Lord means he should know, he should eat only prasadam surely, and he should eat for benefiting people. Kshatriyas, what Prabhupada says about Kshatriyas?
Similarly, the Kshatriyas has to protect people from the onslaught of Maya. That is that is his duty. For example, as soon as Maharaj Parikshit saw that a black man was attempting to kill a cow, he immediately took his sword, wanting to kill the black man, whose name was Kali.
So Prabhupada says,
That is the Kshatriya's duty.
yeah, yes, this is Kshatriya's duty. He has to protect the people from getting, onslaughts of Maya, means breaking of four legs. He can't allow breaking of four legs. Forget about, he himself breaking four legs. So he has to prohibit, as in Prabhupada is giving the example of Parikshit Maharaj, that when he saw that happening, he took out his sword. And now Prabhupada says about. So this is how actually each one of them has to, always perform his duty towards Krishna. Okay, but Prabhupada will write ahead also something. Now read now for Vaishyas.
The Vaishyas are meant for producing agricultural products, trading them, and distributing them. And the working class or Sudras are those who have not the intelligence of the Brahmanas or the Kshatriyas or the Vaishyas, are therefore are meant to help this higher class by bodily labor. In this way, there is full cooperation and spiritual advancement among all the different order of the society. And when there is such cooperation, the member
No
of
such
society
cooperation. Very
no
important. No
such
such cooperation.
cooperation, no such cooperation, the members of the society will fall down.
Hmm.
That is the present position in this Kali Yuga, this age of quarrel. Nobody doing his duty, and everyone is simply propped up by calling himself a Brahmana, intellectual, or a Kshatriya, soldier, or statesman. But actually, such people are without status. They are out of touch with the Supreme Personality of Godhead because they are not Krishna conscious. Therefore, the Krishna conscious movement is intended to set the whole of the human society in proper conditions so that everyone will be happy and take profit from developing Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, so that's what Prabhupada is saying, that that Vaishyas has to do agriculture, trade, and they should do trading to earn, and they should distribute also. In charity. And Shudras should, serve all the other three classes of people, Brahmana, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas. Surely today's world, if you speak about Shudra word, is considered to be as a very abominable word. But anyhow, this classification in the society always remains. There is, you can't eliminate this classification or division in the society. So Prabhupada is saying, but in today's world, people just call, I'm a Brahmana, I'm a Kshatriya, but they don't do the duty of Kshatriya, Brahmana or Kshatriya. So, no. So this means one thing is very clear, Prabhupada down will write, no. Actually, there's a very good verse which quotes about this particular theme, which has been quoted by our Rup Goswami, in his Bhakti Rasam Sindhu actually. So he says very clearly that uh, iti aso syad vidhir nityah sarva varnashram adisu. See, he says this vidhi of every remembering Krishna and never forgetting Krishna actually is for sarva varna ashram adisu. This principle is eternal and applies to all persons in every situation. Though it is eternal, so he says that, and if you follow this, there will be fruit of it. You know, the fruits, like whenever we read, Bhagavatam also, the fruit of reading a particular, is, Falashruti is also been spoken at the end. Same way over here also, Falashruti is also been given, that if you follow, you will get the fal. What is the fal? You will get the prema, that is highest. But in between, also it's been said, Prabhupada is going to mention that, in between also it is said that us Vaidhi sadhana bhaktas can also get material benefit also. And ultimate benefit is prema that he gets. But surely when he gets the ultimate material benefits, there is the catch. No? There is a catch. Whether he is happy with that material benefit that he has been awarded because of his sadhana, Vaidhi sadhana bhakti, or he's looking ahead. If he's just caught at that, his growth in bhakti becomes stunned. And if he actually moves ahead, then moving it aside, keeping it aside, and looking at a goal, his goal is very clear. That is why Prabhupada made us chant every day 10 offenses against the holy name. And at the end, every day we are reminded that the goal of the human form of life is to achieve love of God at Krishna Prem. So that he goes ahead and doesn't get caught up with these material side benefits that he gets. So here is that's been said that that as we as we also hear the example is given like Ekadashi Vrat. You would have read in Vaishnav calendar that comes na, in app or in a mobile also it comes that reminder Vaishnav reminder also comes that this Ekadashi ये करेंगे तो ये फल मिलेगा वो युधिष्ठिर महाराज ने पूछा नारद मुनि से इस एकादशी का क्या महत्व है and then in the lot of material benefit has been spoken. So the same way somebody when he does Vaidhi sadhana bhakti he may get some material benefit also. But do as Vaishnavas, do we do Ekadashi for gaining those material benefits? No, right? No, we are not doing it for that. Am I right? Hari bol, kuch to bolo baba. This is a very big point.
Yes,
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah,
yes, Guruji.
we are not supposed to. Yeah. So we are not doing it same way. In the same way, one should be very clear with this principle that just a minute. Yeah. So one should not be doing it for these sakes. Oh, okay. Now Prabhupada, let us go ahead and read this. Prabhupada says now, if the whole society, read one of you. Hare Bol, koi to padho.
Hare Krishna. If the whole society perform its respective duties and remain in the Krishna consciousness, there is no doubt that all of its members will live very peacefully and happily. Without wanting the necessities of life, the whole world will be turned into Vaikuntha, a spiritual abode. Even without being transferred to the kingdom of God, by following the injunction of Srimad Bhagavatam and prosecuting the duties of Krishna consciousness, all human society will be happy in all respects.
So this is Prabhupada is giving the Shruti Fal Shruti, if you do it, then what is going to happen? And then he's quoting Uddhav, my dear Uddhav, all people are engaged in activities. This is what we read right now to you, in the canto verse, that if by result, okay, read one of you, Prabhu. You continue reading, my dear Uddhav.
My dear Uddhava, all persons are engaged in activities, whether those indicated in the revealed scriptures or ordinary worldly activities. If by the result of either of such activities they worship me in Krishna consciousness, then automatically they become very happy within this world as well as in the next. Of this there is no doubt.
So that's what has been said. Now Prabhupada says very nicely. Yes, that's Krishna consciousness movement.
Thus, the Krishna consciousness movement is so nice that there is no need of even designating oneself Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanprastha or Sannyasi. Let everyone be engaged in whatever occupation he now has. Simply let him worship Lord Krishna by the result of his activities in Krishna consciousness. That will adjust the whole world situation and everyone will be happy and peaceful within this world. In the Narada Pancharatra, the regulative principle of devotional service are described as follows. Any activities sanctioned in the revealed scriptures scriptures and aiming at the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are accepted by saintly teachers as the regulative principle of devotional service.
If one regularly executes
such service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead under the direction of bona fide spiritual master, then gradually he rises to the platform of serving in pure love of God.
Yeah, so Prabhupada over here saying, you don't break your head, in designating yourself as a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, or Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanapasa, Sannyasi, do the act of, performance of Uttama Bhakti. And if you do that, by offering your results of, your activity to Krishna, that will adjust the whole situation, right now. But perform Uttama Bhakti, that's very important. And you will performing Uttama Bhakti by remembering this formula, that we have to always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna, and we have to follow under the guidance of Shastras, because Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti is about Shashan eva Shastre. So, Malab Guru and scriptures, we have to accept the authority of them and remembering this rule, that never forget Krishna, always remember Krishna. Whoever you are, keep on performing Uttama Bhakti. Don't try to designate, because these designations also create a stumbling block. And many places Prabhupada has also said, ISKCON is a movement, is to create Brahmanas in the society. So this means, Prabhupada is looking for people who are becoming devotees out of a Brahminical nature. But Brahminical nature, in the sense, one sense week, is very truth, that one has to do. No, that's what the Prabhupada said, everybody to preach. Did he said anyone that you should not preach ever? Never. There is a statement which Prabhupada has made, that you should not preach. No. Oh, you are a Kshatriya, or you are a Vaishya, or you are a Shudra, you should not preach. Only those who are Brahmanas, they should preach. Prabhupada never said like that. So Prabhupada expected everyone, at least, propensities would be there, but do this Brahminical activity for sure. Because that will help us and help others also to do. So this is a very prime thing. And a Brahmana should do his duty, you know, of preaching and worshipping the Lord, without any ulterior motives, right? No? Only for pleasing Guru and Krishna. Well, that's Uttam Bhakti he's performing. And whatever resources one may have, in this, while being in this world, engage it in the service of the Lord. So for that reason, a Brahmana will have some buddhi also to give and lead the community. Okay, let him lead. Kshatriya will have the ability of even uh, making right that everything is being peacefully taken care. Nobody is doing any garbad. He's administrative. Let him do that. Vaishya, let him earn money, for Krishna. Shudra, let him work. But everybody has to do. Not a Brahmana can say that I can't do jharu pocha. I'm a Brahmana. No. Prabhupada has never taught us like that. That's why Prabhupada is over here. Don't designate yourself with any, because if you designate any of these, please remember, we have to sing that prayer every day when you start doing puja of the Lord. Naham vipro na charapati na piya vaishya na sudro. That has to be sung. किंतु प्रोद्या निखल परमा पूर्ण अमृत बद्धे गोपी भरतो पद कमलो दास 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 अनुदास. So don't try to designate. Be in a natural constitutional position first as a servant. If that base is clear, that I'm a servant, above to it, whatever building is made, no problem. But the foundational consciousness of a devotee should be that he's a servant. So when I'm speaking this, surely many because these are very typical questions which comes in people's mind about these things, that how somebody maybe in different varna or ashrama, how he can is not difference. Yeah, certain things we'll be talking about that. So over here, towards the last, actually, I just show you something, which I told you, but I want to show you something because this has been very well explained by our acharyas, which Prabhupada has has kept us safe in one way by not by not very much highlighting this. So over here he says tat phalam cha tatreva. Amazing is, I'm just side point I'm saying, Rupa Goswami is such a brilliant scholarly devotee, pure devotee. And he just says in his shlokas, writing, tat tantre. अभी तंत्र शास्त्र में आप ढूंढो वो वर्ड्स किधर है, बट ही हैज कोटेड द वर्ड्स. तत्र एकादशे, अभी आप 11th कैंटो भागवतम में आप ढूंढो कहाँ पे है वो वर्ड्स, बट ही हैज कोटेड इट. पद्म च, पद्म पुराण, पूरा पद्म पुराण पढ़ो, आपको दिखेगा वो वर्ड्स किधर है. जैसे स्मर्थव्य सततम विष्णु इज अ पद्म पुराण वर्ड्स. No, but he's such a brilliant personality he would be. He doesn't has folio. ये कहाँ पे है या ढूंढ लेते हैं. Nothing like that. He is just quoting because for him everything is verbatim. Can you imagine what kind of people are there? So over here is now tatra phalam tatra eva. Tat phalam tatcha tatra eva. What is that? Evam kriya yoga pathay puman vaidika tantrike archan ubhayatah siddhim mato vindati abhi abhipsitam. He says what? By worshipping me through the various method prescribed in the Vedas and Tantras, one will gain from me his desired perfection, both in this life and next. And Prabhupada has explained that. इस लाइफ में भी खुशी मिलेगा, उस लाइफ में भी खुशी मिलेगा. Means next also. So over here it has been said that uh, see over here has been said, and that he says that yeah. So he says over here that in this he says over here that the result of Vaidhi Bhakti are described in this verse. Taking Archana process as a representative of all other processes. Archana means what we do. He says that you have any desire, you have any material desire also, you have a spiritual desire also, that will be fulfilled if you do it. But no, and then he says Pancharatre. He is quoting that, and he says that, oh, no, he's saying Surase Vihita Sastre Harim Uddishya Ya Kriya Savai Bhaktir Iti Prokta Taya Bhakti Para Bhavit. He says, oh, he is saying from Pancharatras, from Narad Muni's Pancharatra, he is quoting. He's saying, all activities prescribed in the scriptures with the Lord as the object are called as Vaidhi Bhakti. By this performance of Bhakti, one attains Prema Bhakti. So, first, previous to this verse has been said, Tantra से quote करके बोला गया, जो भी आपका है desire, so you will get it and you will be happy in this and the next life also. In this means, your material, desires may be also be fulfilled. And, but, what is the goal of that Vaidhi Bhakti? It is a Prema Bhakti. And what is Vaidhi Bhakti? It has been said that following the scriptures with the Lord as the object of the pleasure. Making the objective very clear that it's for the Lord's pleasure. That is called Vaidhi Bhakti. So over here he says very clearly this particular thing. So I'll move towards some more practicality of this particular theme that we are talking about, or Varnashram, has been spoken very well in also through the Bhakta Chintamani. And I was saying you last time, I will speak something about astrology and all those things. So I'll just tell you some things about it over there very clearly. So because see, we are performing bhakti, we are performing Vaidhi sadhana bhakti, and it's been said that every varna and ashram has to do it in the same way. Same kind of seriousness has to be there in performance of bhakti. Either he is a brahmachari or he is a grihastha, vanaprastha or sannyasi. To his level best, he has to do it. He can't say that people who are living, nobody can say that people who are living in a temple, for them there should be a high standard, and for people who are not living in a temple, maybe you are living in voice or somewhere, or there can be no high standard. No, that's not right. Everybody has to follow the highest standard of this, that remembering Krishna and never forgetting Krishna. So now surely what they will be able to achieve will may be different according to the level of advancement. But everybody has to pursue this seriously. That's the meaning. You can't say for them it is, and for us it's compromised version. There is no compromised version because because at the gate of Goloka, it is not asked which ashrama you were, which varna you were. Over there, the entry qualification, the qualification to entry is the same. Do you have love for Krishna or not? That's the main thing. That's what has been said. So now, I like to say something about that part of also on our discussion, and then we'll move to the next chapter. So it's been said that as a devotee, somebody has to engage in various kind of activities because as the nature of the varna and ashramas are that many things do comes in the record of performance of bhakti and living a life in this world. So, and this all comes in jnana karmadi anavritam prabhu. No? Because Gyan can cover over bhakti and karma also can cover over bhakti. So I am giving you some example of now karmadi anavritam. Gyan का मैंने थोड़ा बोला था आपको पहले. So over here is very said that like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when his father Jagannath Mishra passed away, he went to Gaya where he took actually he went to Gaya to perform what he has said, that why I am going to Gaya. Anybody knows?
To perform Shraddha.
To Pindadan.
Yeah.
Right. No? But actually, he went for Pindadan, but he did something else also. What he did over there,
He met Ishwarpuri
and took initiation from
and
him.
took initiation.
Yeah, right. No? He took initiation. The main purpose was that, but he went for Pindadan. So it has been said, these activities, are not to be are not against this Uttama Bhakti principle. I'll tell you, but there is something glitch over here. So he says very clearly that where the devotees avoid devotees avoid attending such rites, and common men might unnecessarily, because if a devotee avoid being in that order of life, then common people will criticize Vaishnavas and commit offenses, and because of those people common people will obstruct their spiritual progress. So okay, a devotee does it just for setting the right standard so that the common people are not disturbed by it, those pindadan and other things. So similarly, also about homa, the fire sacrifices, right? No? So because one may be in that order, one may do it, not a problem. But uh, no, but also the example is, there is also a glitch in that. There are two glitches in all these things, Prabhu. Either it is some pinda, some homa, some jyotisha. Right? For jyotish, been said that somebody may go to a jyotish, you know, because he has to go for certain reasons. Maybe some there are some functions in which you have to go. Okay, some those who has to go, they can go. But you know one may one may consult an astrologer to get the indication of how their past may influence their future. Okay, he made, but a glitch is always remains, glitch is always there. The two glitches which is there is very clearly that the glitch is, Prabhu, that if one has an excessive, the glitch is only two. If a person starts feeling, if I don't do this, a devotee, if he starts feeling, if I don't do this act of sacrifice, pinda, homa, pinda, or jyotish, or whatsoever, these are all karma. If I don't do this, I will incur sin. Then there's a problem. And second, if he feels, if I do this, my devotional life will improve. These both things are against. If somebody is thinking like this, that if I don't do pinda, I'll get a sin. If I don't do homa, I'll get a sin. If I don't go to astrologer, I'll get a sin. Oh, that's a problem. Or if somebody feels, if I do pinda, my devotional life will improve. If I do home, or I'll go to a Jyoti, my devotional life will improve. That's also a problem. Because if somebody is thinking, if I don't do, I'll incur sin, means he has a lack of faith in the foundation of devotion. The devotional foundation is that conviction that Krishna will be true to his promise that he has said, Name Bhakta Pranashyati, and protect his devotee from any sin which incurred by neglecting of worldly duties. Krishna says, Sarva papebhyo mokshayeshyami masuchah. And second, that if I do this, my devotional life will improve. Discloses a misunderstanding of basic Krishna consciousness teaching in that person's heart. Because the basic Krishna consciousness teaching is that says that whatever, which states that fruitive work can neither nurture nor give rise to pure devotion. Right? No? So if somebody is feeling like that, it is a problem. So that is why, so one should not have these two mindset or attitude. If I don't do it, I'll incur sin. So let me do it. No, Prabhu. And if I do this, I'll improve in my bhakti. No. So in the case of Pinda, it's been said, a person may do it. And brahmachari also can do it. Pranaprastha, sannyasi can also do it. But he should, and grihastha can also do it. Vanprastha can also do it. But it's been said that if Pinda, in the case of Pinda, suppose devotion becomes covered when the devotee starts feeling that if I'll incur sin, if I don't do not attend a relative's funeral, or that their devotion will prosper if I do it. No, that's also not the right thing. In example of sacrifice in Homa, devotion gets covered if a devotee becomes too absorbed in performing the fire sacrifices. You think this is the only thing. And thinking that if it is not done properly, thinking that devotional practice, practices like, like opening of a temple or a deity installation are incomplete without this sacrifice. He is too much covered over. And in example of astrology, devotees are covered when they have more faith in the astrology or in the power of destiny foretold by some astrologer than in the power of devotion or devotion or Krishna's mercy, then he is doomed. So that's why it's been said that one should be, that is why Prabhupada has kept us far away from these things. He has never much mentioned about these things in his writings that what devotee should do. Because naturally in Kali Yuga, people Shraddha is very less. Uh, uh, that's natural way. That's natural inclination, tendency in this world is in Kali Yuga is. So it's been said if a neophyte devotee, what he should do actually, he should carefully chant Hare Krishna, regularly hear Bhagavatam, visit the Lord temple, faithfully worship the deity, and they will be, when they do these things, then they will be able to perform, Uttam Bhakti regularly, moment to moment also. So the final is this, that because of whatever Varna and Ashram situation one may be, one should not cover his pure devotional service. He should be careful, and and devotee must be careful that even this very important thing. The devotee should be careful that even while he is engaged in spreading Krishna consciousness, which itself is pure devotional service, they should not neglect to chant and hear. Because if they neglect about their chanting and hearing of Bhagavatam, or reading Bhagavatam, then even the act of spreading Krishna consciousness, which is a pure devotional service, can become fruitive. So no, this is very important for a devotees like who are in the beginning, that uh, this is very clear that whichever Varna and ashram we may be, if one is not doing these activities of Vaidhi sadhana bhakti, as I said to you, as Prabhupada says also, waking up early in the morning, worshipping deities, chanting Hare Krishna, following four regs, reading Bhagavatam, serving, preaching, everybody has to do it. No matter where, because if we don't do it, then then there's a high chance, that the high chance that a person may fall. Yeah, that's and some falls everybody will come to know. Some falls only Guru and Krishna comes to know. But fall is fall. So that's why it been said everybody should have a strong sadhana, irrespective of where our position is. So, Prabhu, any questions till the point in this particular, till what I have spoken to you all? Then we'll move to the third chapter. Yes, Prabhu, any questions anybody has? Is it clear to you all, or also you tell? If you have question, you ask, else you give up. Tell me. No question. No questions?
I think somebody had raised hand.
Roji,
Yeah, yes.
you had mentioned that if the devotee is thinking that okay, if not performing of these sacrifices, pinda or whatever any karma kandi things are there, if by that if he is thinking that he will incur sin, that is one of the glitch. Second was what ek thoda
Oh,
short
second
में
was what? If I do it, my devotional life will improve.
yeah, okay, understood. Yes.
Many people have this kind of conception. Many people have.
Okay, but Roji, like whenever just to give ask now question, I wanted to ask question like this is home or yagya people do for they do for different demigods and all. But if they are doing for let's say they do yagya for Narsimha Devi or some Vishnu yagya they do. So if that is also consider that can be also considered or
Yeah.
how?
Yeah. No, see, if somebody is feeling the Vishnu Yagya also, no, see, Prabhupada says Sankirtan Yagya, na? The best Yagya. So if one is doing it and if he feels, oh, if I am not doing that, maybe, oh, I'll incur sin or I'll not improve in my devotion life. Hey, that's not the real, that's not the pure, a good faith. One should be very clear. I'm doing Sankirtan Yagya. um, it is no short. There is no shortage in the process. I don't have to add anything in this process then, right? Now, if it gets added by time, because you have opening of temple, you do some yagya, Narsimha yagya or some yagya, even okay, because you have told this, it may be bit may raise of some issues, but even it depends on the consciousness for devotee. But even wearing वो locket मिलता है ना नरसिम्हा भगवान का, some devotees we have no problem with that. We don't judge anybody's consciousness. We don't judge anybody's attitude, but there's no need, right?
Understood.
There's no need. If somebody feels that's a need, no, that's where no. If it's somebody is in a helpless situation, calls out Narasimhadev and makes the worship of the Narasimhadev happen at Sridham Mayapur, उनको अर्चना करो, अरे नीड वो भी भक्ति के अगेंस्ट नहीं है, राइट ना? बिकॉज हमने सुना ना उधर अन्न अभिलाषिता शून्यम, उधर बोल दिया गया था नीड पड़ा, बेचारे के जीवन पे आफत आया, किसी बहुत नीड किया उसने डेस्परेटनेस में, नो प्रॉब्लम, बट वन शुड नॉट हैव अ फीलिंग दैट something like that. Does it make sense, bro? I don't know that may attract
Understood.
questions, but I was fearful in speaking, but I have spoken, so I'm ready to accept any questions if it comes on this.
No, because Guruji, like many times as we are of more worship of Vishnu, Krishna and all. So, but that many devotees have that notion now also ki okay, if that they are doing some yagya for Narsimha Dev, that also is like will increase their devotional part. That will also increase, na Guruji, in some or
See, that depends on their, if they are saying that let me add it as a something, they have a affection for Narasimhadev and they are doing it is a different thing. But if somebody is feeling that, uh, see, some people have Narasimhadev, Jai Narasimhadev, क्या अच्छा है भगवान जी, क्या फोड़ डालते हैं हिरण्यकशिपु को ऐसा किसी का है, ऐसा वो कर रहा है, उसको कुछ गड़बड़ नहीं है. See, he is not looking for something, but no, see, what mantras to be chanted, even though there has to be a meter, because those are Vedic mantras, has to be chanted in a proper meter. Where is the Brahmana who will chant in a proper meter? Very less Brahmanas. Even in Madhva line and Ramanujan and Sri Hashanah, very less. Because that meter itself is very not so easy to be. And anyhow, that's a different, a devotee, fine. Do your bhakti honestly, giving your best what Prabhupada has given. That's sufficient.
Yes.
That's very clear. This is a very important thing to be, well settled in our consciousness, base of our consciousness, that I don't need anything extra. Like, if you take it extra is not a problem, but not have with this understanding that if I don't take it, there's a lack. Be clear.
Understood. Yeah.
Which sacrifice and which sacrifice any of his uh, Panch Tattvas have done. Yeah, Shantanu bro.
Yeah, Prabhuji, like adding to this, so like even amongst devotees, there may be situational, like what you said, right? Yajnas or Pindadan or astrology. They may sometimes be done by devotees out of some situation, right? Like they are not catching it as a regular thing. They're doing their like bhakti properly, in the sense that they're chanting 16 rounds, following for regulars, and hearing readings are not. They are doing everything, but like as you said, there's some vastu shanti has to be done. Then they do some fire sacrifice. They do all vastu related things, and astrology is also involved, and all homa is, everything is involved, so they may do it uh, on that situation,
Yeah.
and that may also involve some kind of like little bit of karma kind of thing. So does that also go against, or is
As
that
it,
situational is okay?
it all depends on his consciousness, bro. The bhakti is much, much subtle. It's not so gross. But I would really say, devotee, if he's feeling if I don't do it is a problem, yeah, then it is somewhere a glitch in a pure devotional life. He does it because अरे बाबा सब बोलेंगे, अरे क्या तुम क्या बहुत बड़ा संत बन गया क्या, वास्तु शांति नहीं कराया, वो नहीं कराया, ये नहीं कराया. Even in temples vastu shanti is done, because the people who are coming, they are very disturbed, they are not taking a devotional life, so they should feel shanti when they come. वो फॉर न्यूफाइट है भैया, चलेगा, ठीक है, वो मतलब वो नए लोगों के लिए कर रहा है, वो चलेगा. लोग बोलेंगे क्या किया आपने, कैसा बनाया ये बिल्डिंग, वास्तु शास्त्र क्या, वास्तु क्या बोलते हो, वास्तु शास्त्र के हिसाब
Vastu
से नहीं
Shastra.
है. अ, ठीक है, ठीक है. बट ही इज वेरी क्लियर, सी इन दिस वर्ल्ड, even the best of the temple, best of the building with vastu can be a disturbance for people. It is not that many people are making, not that they have risen above from the problems of the life, and next birth awaits for them if they have not taken to the bhakti. So I don't know. That's what my stand is. He should have a very clear faith. Faith system should be very clear. Faith system is a problem. He still is a devotee, but there's a problem in performance uttam bhakti. The whole concept is about uttam bhakti. Yeah, it's clear, fine.
Yeah, Prabhuji. Like if faith is not like if faith is
Ah,
not declining
yeah, yeah.
in the
Yes.
devotional service, then like just for
Ah, that's for duty.
local ajja,
हाँ,
for
yeah,
local ajja,
yes, yes.
he may do it. Yeah,
It has to
yeah,
be done.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Shrikar bro.
Harishabudana.
Yes, bro.
Prabhuji, this activities like astrology is okay because it's extra. It may take but other processes like Vastu Shanti and like even Shraddha, it's doesn't come under karma kanda, right? It is like duty towards uh, particular ashram and uh, like uh, the family we are in, because one of the question Arjuna had asked to Krishna like about family tradition and culture being uh, will be like not there, and there will be Varna Sankaras. So that is one thing, bro. And other thing is like Krishna also said, doing our duty imperfectly is better than uh, doing someone else's duty perfectly. It's like comes.
Yeah, right.
So eventually, like for long, because this has been I was hearing in one of the forum with senior devotees is like.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
I knew that such kind of questions will come. That's why I was weird
So,
about phrasing.
because this is not exactly a karma kind also, because big
I'll answer it.
violations.
I'll
Yes,
answer
it's
too.
that-
See,
so confusing. So,
yeah, yeah. So whatever I'm because I also
and
was safe.
this about Vastu Shanti also, like brahmachari is also recommended, because my counselor is in Sanskar department, brahmachari counselor. So
See,
he said
don't
it is
talk
not.
about don't talk to me about brahmachari or grihastha or vanprastha or sannyasi or any varna or ashrama. Let us go on a Uttama Bhakti Prabhu because we are reading NOD. We have to be very clear. Somebody will say, hey, who is following and pure devotion? But then what do we learn from Prabhupada? Did Prabhupada taught something something lower than pure devotional service? Right? So now coming to Prabhu, devotee can do it, but his faith should be very clear. And he do it, he may do it. I can tell you, even the best of the वास्तु शास्त्र करके आप घर में भी रहो, अरे तब भी भक्ति नहीं है तो क्वारल हिपोक्रेसी तो रहेगा ही ना। कलयुग है। कलयुग में ये कहीं बोला गया क्या वास्तु शांति कर दो बिल्डिंग का, क्वारल एंड हिपोक्रेसी नहीं रहेगा वहां पे? ऐसा तो परीक्षित महाराज ने कोई ऐसा जगह नहीं दिया था उनको। Right? अरे रहेगा, इफेक्ट रहेगा। राइट ना? यू कैन से 1920 समथिंग बोलते हैं हिंदी में, 19 या 20। थोड़ा कम हो सकता है या ज्यादा हो सकता है, किया तो नहीं किया तो, बट प्रॉब्लम रहेगा। सो ना माई एज आई एम स्ट्रेट टेलिंग, आई एम जस्ट स्पीकिंग फ्रॉम शुद्ध भक्त चिंतामणि शिवराम स्वामी महाराज। No, I just didn't showed you, but I'm just because to make it fast, I didn't showed you, but this is very clear. His faith system should be very intact. And now coming to know because he has his karma kand. Now, actually, frankly speaking, there is a certain duty which is there, but the duty has to be done without losing one's faith. You understand, na? If the faith, if the two thing comes, that if I don't do it, I'll incur a sin. And if I do it, it will improve my devotional life. These two are problem with the faith system. Faith should not be disturbed. Faith disturb हो गया ना, श्रद्धा डिस्टर्ब हो गया तो फिर मुश्किल है प्रभु। तो फिर कैसे हम कनिष्ठा से मध्यमा, मध्यमा से उत्तम, श्रद्धा अनुसारी ना, these all are. So Shraddha is somebody, we may be in a system that we do it and our Shraddha is not disturbed also. That's very good. Actually, that is why the more we increase our responsibility in material world, the more mature also in devotion one has to be. That's such truth. It's a very natural thing, right? No? Because responsibility is increasing. Even any ashrama, any varna I'm saying, as the years progresses, the responsibility will increase only. No, but one has to become mature. If he's not becoming mature, it will be a problem. Because the world will say, hey, when you are a student, in the third year, पिंड क्या, होम क्या, क्या बोलते हैं, ज्योतिष क्या, कुछ नहीं मतलब होता है। बट एज यू ग्रो हेड देन देयर इज अ प्रॉब्लम, राइट और रॉन्ग, राइट ना ब्रो? सो देन देयर if you are not mature, mature in devotional life, and if you fall into trap of doing it, then you lose the faith in Krishna consciousness. And if you are not mature also, and you don't do it, then people will create a huge problem for you. So one has to do it as a duty. Do the duty. Now, as you are saying that one has to do is our first duty is we are servant of Krishna. That is our first duty. When we worship Krishna, when we are taken, initiation, we have initiated on a this basis that we are, दास मिला है टाइटल हमें, कोई और टाइटल नहीं मिलता हमें, राइट ना? दास का टाइटल मिलता है, सबको मिलता है. My name is my spiritual master gave me name Prahlad Pran Das. So Prahlad's Pran is Narasimha, I am Das. Right now, my actual status is Das. वो प्रीफिक्स मेरा नहीं है, वो प्रीफिक्स भगवान का नाम का है. मेरा टाइटल है दास. That is my first level foundational consciousness. Is it is it fine, bro?
Yes, bro.
Yeah, yes. The first if that is disturbed, Das is disturbed, then it's all Bahya. That's what Ramananda Rai said to Lord Chaitanya said to Brahmananda Rai. Becomes Bahya. Bro, any more? I've touched the wrong parameter. Yeah. Any more? Okay. I'll not ask anymore. Better get into it. I'll NOD Prabhu. Come back to NOD. And that is again. Yeah. Wait. NOD. Okay. Oh. Sorry. I will read because we have to read into the next chapter. Somebody has raised hand. Wait, Prabhu, wait. I'm fearful in getting into it now. But fearful in the sense that it may go out of our syllabus. Okay, at least read 2 paragraphs, then the devotee who is raising hand will get into it. Yeah, this is now the 3rd chapter beginning. Eligibility of the candidate for accepting devotional service. Yes, read it, bro. One of you.
On account of his association with Mahatmas or great souls, 100% in the devotional service of the Lord, one may attain a little bit of attraction for Sri Krishna. But at the same time, one may remain very much attached to fruitive activities and material sense enjoyment and not be prepared to undergo the different types of renunciation. Such a person, if he has unflinching attraction to Krishna, becomes an eligible candidate for discharging devotional service. This attraction for Krishna consciousness in association with pure devotees is the sign of a great fortune. It is confirmed by Lord Chaitanya that only the fortunate persons, by the mercy of both bona fide spiritual master and Krishna, will get the seed of devotional service. In this connection, Lord Krishna says in Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto 20th chapter verse 8, My dear Uddhava, only by exceptional fortune does someone become attracted to me. And even if one is not completely detached from fruitive activities or is not completely attached to devotional service, such service is quickly effective.
Yeah. So here's very clear. So Prabhupada is saying that that somebody who is actually associating with great devotee, and he will get into devotional life, although he might have inclinations for ये some क्या कहते हैं he has not left even sinful life, maybe he's attached to it also. So he says, who is the adhikari for Vaidhi sadhana bhakti? Yah kenapi ati bhagyena jata jata shraddho asya sevane na ati sakto na vairagya bhag syam adhikari aso. He is very clear. He says that अरे वो व्यक्ति हो सकता है ना कि वो ये he may be here the Vaidhi sadhana bhakti, that is Shraddha, which has been spoken over there in the first paragraph, which Prabhupada is saying. that he might have a Shraddha, somehow he has that. Because of associating with some very elevated devotee, he got that Shraddha, he may be attached. Very typically, I'm saying, you see your first year boy now, who is doing device. And he is coming for the sessions, but he's attached to sense gratification. Right now, he's very much attached. He may be after your session, may go to movie, may go to somewhere, no such places. But he has got that Shraddha that, oh, ये जो बोल रहे हैं लोग सही बोल रहे हैं. That Shraddha is the qualification. Right now, that's been spoken over here by Prabhupada. That he may be attached to, something here, there, no problem. But, he is very clearly, uh, because he has got association, and he has got little bit of attraction to Krishna, means not directly to Krishna, the form of Krishna or name of Krishna, but to the message of Krishna. It makes meaning to me. सही बोल रहे हैं, साइंस से बोल रहे हैं, सही बोल रहे हैं, right ना? So that kind of a thing only has happened to him. No, but he is very attached to fruitive activities, material sense enjoyment. He is not prepared to give up also right now, but no problem. Somehow he has got some unflinching attraction. Unflinching is a very heavy word in that way for him. But Prabhupada is saying, somehow he has got, that ये जो बोल रहे हैं सही बोल रहे हैं, मैं आऊंगा next session. Right ना? ये no problem. Friends may be saying, so this becomes an eligible candidate for discharging devotional service. And then he says what I said to you about the verse, that neither, I like to show that verse to you. That's very good verse. Show you the verse and then we'll end. Then question of that Prabhu I'll take in. Yeah, you're able to see it. I recited this verse for you. You can also recite with me now once more. यह केनापि अतिभाग्येन जात श्रद्धो अस्य सेवने नातिसक्तो न वैराग्य भागश्याम अधिकारी असो. Read the bold line now about qualification.
One who somehow has the great fortune to sprout a little faith in serving God, neither very attached nor very detached from the world, is qualified.
Yeah, he is qualified. Now you may say, अरे नातिसक्तो, आसक्त भी, ज्यादा आसक्त भी नहीं होना चाहिए, ना वैराग्य, ना बहुत डिटैच भी होना चाहिए. क्यों? अगर ज्यादा आसक्त है तब तो वो he will not follow the process of giving up wrong things. And if he is very much detached, अरे he will not do any activity, क्योंकि बोलेगा सब माया है. Right ना? So the process is this, ना तिसक्तो ना वैराग्य. Now, but this person has to cultivate some kind of renunciation. That's why now vairagya vidya nija bhakti yogam. That's Lord Chaitanya taught. No, vairagya vidya nija bhakti. But what is that vairagya? Is not this vairagya. Na ati vairagya. Like Mayavadis. No, not that's not what. Na ati sakto, like karmi. No. Not like that. He has to be a no. And ati bhagyena. He has become very fortunate. Has a sprout jata shraddho. Has little sprout for sevane, for the serving the Lord has arisen. It may be of different reasons why it has arisen, but that will also be discussed in tomorrow's class. And now, yes, Prabhu, the devotee who was raising his hand, I didn't saw his name. If you have still, yeah, Mandar Prabhu. Oh, it's 8:15. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hari bol.
So my doubt is regarding the Guru Parampara. But now from Vedai Sadhana Bhakti, when Hare Krishna, am I audible to you?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So in Vedai Sadhana Bhakti, when we are following it, so in that this also stage comes that after practice of some years, we go into mechanical zone of doing it.
Yes, yes, very much.
So that time, because now from Vedi sadhana bhakti is how then it can be cultivated, because it will go in mechanical zone because it is habituated every day I'm doing it, practicing it.
This to answer
And
as
even I don't want to give example, but
yeah.
means even now we also serve great souls, great Mahatmas. We even do personal service of them. But even after that, it is like going into the same zone. That Ruchi for Krishna, Asakti for Krishna doesn't come
That is very
directly
high.
because it is like mechanical zone.
Yeah, right. That's very high, Ruchi and Asakti, if you're talking about that stage. But some attraction. So actually, I'll just answer from what Rajasan says. He says three things. If you want to be not be mechanical, if you want to be efficiently effective in your devotional discharge of your devotional service, have attention, keep awareness, be absorbed. Now, when I'm saying these three things, attention means, you know, uh, be at the present. We do it absent-mindedly. It's a problem. That is where one has to, break his comfort zone. In bhakti, comfort zone is, can be gross laziness also, but mental laziness also has to be given up. Right, na? Be attentive. While you're doing chanting, you just chant. Fight against the mind. Bring back the mind. Be aware. So you are saying that, Mahatma I am serving, but we should be aware for what I am serving that Mahatma. That Mahat I am serving, for what sake I am serving, and what is and how I am supposed to serve him, what I am supposed to look for, in this service to this Mahat. So the greatest service to the Mahat is that we hear from him. Surely we should do some physical, service to them. But the greatest Mahat, service to Mahat is actually hear from them and apply it in our life. This awareness should be there, and then be absorbed. These are the three steps. That is the cautionary steps, which protects us from going into mechanical zone. Yeah, and if we are in a mechanical zone, we have to start using these three steps in our life to come out of that. Mechanical zone is a comfort zone, is a lazy zone. It's very dangerous zone. That's why, I don't know, but there's a very beautiful class of His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj. And he says, oh, here's the deity like a robot I see, zzz, and then like a robot I pancha, I pay my obeisances. Yeah, no. One has to be attentive. Attentive means while you're chanting the prayers, meditate on the prayer, what you're chanting. Be aware for what reason are you paying obeisances. Be absorbed there in that activity for that time. It is not something where you get absorption I'm talking about. These three things which is very important, which will make us come out. We have to do it. Because see, in Bhakti, when we came initially, the problem maybe for many people with basic four regs principle, मूवी चाय कोई नॉनवेज भी खाता था, वो सब था, उससे ऊपर उठे तो अभी जैसे ऊपर उठेंगे problems will be there and it will become subtle, but we have to do it. That's why I'm saying the more the responsibility increases, the more mature one has to become.
Second point, which is one more thing, what I have seen that sometimes when we become more absorbed in services and we don't do sadhana, so that also makes one slacken in bhakti, despite one may be preaching a lot here, there.
That's
But
that's
one
what
doesn't.
that's I quoted from Shivram Maharaj. He said, if one is not doing that, hearing and chanting is a basic. That is compromised. That's no neo sadhana is a problem. Uh, Preaching will become fruitive.
Thank you so much, Guruji.
Okay, Haribol. शांत प्रभु में मीटिंग 8:21 हो गया. हरे कृष्ण. श्री प्रभुपाद की जय.
जय. Thank you very
जय.
much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you.